Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the flangering effect. I've got the code loaded up on my laptop again on the left here, which you can't see. So to look at the code, go ahead and open up the report, um, and that way you can sort of follow what I'm doing here. It's pretty much just the circular buffer from that was provided, and then I essentially grab a sample at some distance based off of the beta function that was provided in the book. So it's that we're taking that delay based on that sample, and it's just one delay unit. So in order to go ahead and show you what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and play a song on the board with the filter. So let me go ahead and flash the board. Okay, and let's see, playing some music will do. What to start with? I've got some good songs on here. This is a good one, I think. And we'll turn on the volume so you can hear it. You should be able to hear it pretty good. You'll see over in this area this sort of thing that's moving back and forth. Yep, there it goes, and it brings it back in. That seems to be the spectral indicator of flanging. If you want to go off more than just what you hear. Now, another cool thing about this flanging effect is since it's that delay, you can sometimes hear like a little bit of a with usually what would be just a single percussive tone. If I go ahead and increase the delay parameter of the flanging effect, right now it's at 5 milliseconds. It's gonna increase it to like, oh boy, 20. Why not? You can just see what that sounds like. We should definitely be able to hear that delay as it reaches that maximum delay value. Yeah, it goes way farther. Yep. And of course, if we increase the frequency, which right now is at 0.1 hertz, so every 10 seconds it makes a full loop. I don't know. The flanging effect is it oscillates like a normal oscillator, and so it has a frequency of its own. So let's go ahead and ramp it up to like 2 hertz with the same delay. This is going to sound kind of... It gets sillier the more you increase these values. That's for sure. Now, if we want to remove the original, that is like... sorry, let me turn this down a bit. To do the wow effect, which you see in WinDisk, that just basically means you're removing the original signal, and you're only sending through the flanged signal. So if I go ahead and enable the wow, I'm doing most of everything through macros in Code Composer, because a lot of the stuff that we end up that we let control the flanging parameters defines the circular buffer length. You can't actually define the length of an array using variables. So instead of using variables, I've labeled all of the things I'm using macros, using the hashtag define delay and then 20. Because if that part, for example, is what is used to determine the length of the buffer, and if I declared that as a variable and then gave it a value, even if I think maybe if I declared it as a constant variable, it would have the same effect. It would still work. But if it's a non-constant variable, then it doesn't like it as much. Something that would be difficult is to find a way to essentially have these parameters be changeable in real time, which might be a bit difficult because you'd have to sort of define the delay buffer really big, and in that case, just only use a small portion of it. But anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. So let's go ahead and enable that wow effect. Oh, gotta hit save. There we go. Right now we're hearing both. That's why you hear that delay. It sounds crackly. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. All right, let's do some fun stuff. Let's bring the frequency back down, but then increase the delay to like 100 milliseconds. Go ahead and program it. Yes. Alright, anyway, so really like the flanging effect. I'm going to go ahead and present the chorus effect as well, since it's pretty much the same, that it just uses multiple flangers. So let me go ahead and crank this one on there. Now in WinDisk you aren't able to modify any of the parameters for the chorus effect, which sort of makes sense, because their GUI is very simple, and in order to change the effect of the chorus, you need to change the effect of each of the individual flangers. And I'm not entirely sure how many they're using. I believe they're using 3 flangers, at least that's what they show in the book. They might be using more, but I went ahead and designed mine to use 3 flangers. Maybe they're called flangers. Anyway, that's not important. A tricky bit, though, using the chorus effect is that it definitely requires a lot more processing power, since you're sort of doing a lot of intense calculation to figure out that delay time. Like, there's a division in there. Let's see. Yeah, there's some like floating point division going on. Definitely want to minimize that as much as possible, but it's not entirely possible, let's say. So anyway, let's see. I have this set to sampling frequency of 48,000, which is probably just the most I could do. But the 96,000 one didn't work anymore, which makes sense. Let's go ahead and make sure everything's ready to go. And we'll flash it. Just wait for it to come. The current settings for each of the flangers are sort of similar. They all have a delay, well, at least one has a delay of 5 milliseconds, one is a delay of 2, and the other one also has a delay of 5. And then frequencies are 0.1 hertz, 0.5 hertz, and 1 hertz, respectively. And so, since they're all sort of melded together, it's hard to really pick it out with your ears, but you just kind of have to listen for it. Let me load up a different song that doesn't already have it in it, of course. And then we'll just hear as best as we can. Here we go. Let's advance this on a bit. Ugh. Picked a bad song. This should just sound like a regular old piano. It's a pretty good one. All right. I am going to say that that is good. Please do let me know, though, if you want any more demonstrations on the chorus or flanger effects. Next, we're going to move on to the square wave filtering and PWM wave filtering to extract the sine waves. So, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Oh.